On Apple Valley News Now, millions of dollars coming to the city of Richland. The reason for the grant and the issues that it will help address. Plus the latest in the trial of a former Pasco police officer, what the defense said this week in court.
And chilly December temperatures, weather persisting in the mid-Columbia. Find out when the gray skies are going to clear out. All the details ahead in my First Alert forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. Big changes are coming to a busy stretch of Richland's downtown corridor. Senator Maria Cantwell's office announced the city is getting more than $11 million for safety improvements on George Washington Way and Jadwin Avenue. Now, the money will come from the Department of Transportation. I talked to Public Works Director Pete Rogalski about how the grant came about.
We hired an expert to look at all our crash records in our city and find patterns and trends. This area of town is a busy area for traffic, a busy area for walking and bicycling and all those things. And we have basically a lot of legacy type systems, so we're looking to update them.
Now, $11 million is a lot of money, but it's only about half of what the city needs to finish the safety upgrades they're looking for. So coming up on Apple Valley News Now at 6, I'll take an in-depth look at those future plans and the price tag attached. 15 months after breaking ground on the Yakima Nation Multipurpose Justice Center, construction on the $13 million facility is finally complete. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell joined the celebration earlier today.
It's a dream that's been years in the making, and Yakima Nation Tribal Council members say it's something that they desperately needed to replace their outdated and inefficient facilities. Dozens of federal, state, tribal, county, city, and community leaders attended the ribbon cutting this morning at the Yakima Nation Multipurpose Justice Center. It's actually 3 new areas that are built onto the existing jail. A brand new police station, Justice Services Administration offices, and a courthouse. Now, all in one place, up to date with more space and room to expand.
We have additional office space for our clerks. We have additional space for public safety. We have additional space for the JSA, the Justice Service Administrator. Coming up at 6, we'll have a sneak peek inside those facilities and hear more from Yakima Nation Tribal Council members about what this means for the community. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thanks, Emily. Representative Gina Mossbrucker has pre-filed a new bill that would help make the process of surrendering a child safer for newborns. Washington State already has a safe haven law that allows parents who aren't able to care for their newborns to safely relinquish them to hospital workers or firefighters. House Bill 1888 would extend that to safe haven baby boxes, which provide a temperature-controlled, safe environment for the child, and after 30 seconds, notifies someone to come get them.
It gives you time to leave and not have to actually hand it to a provider, which is why often we hear stories about babies who are found in dumpsters or some other place just because they didn't want to hand it over. They wanted it safe, but they were too worried about liability.
So the bill would provide funding specifically for at least 3 safe haven baby boxes, 1 each, east of the Cascades, west of the Cascades, and in central Washington. We'll keep an eye on that when the legislative session begins in January. But for right now, let's talk about your forecast. Stacey Lee joins us now, and it's been a little bit of everything lately, Stacey.
It has. We've had a little bit of everything. We had a couple sun breaks today, and then the clouds have rolled back in tonight. Dust Devil Gisa Stadium sky cam 39 degrees. We're looking for chilly temperatures tonight down below the freezing level. The good news is our feels like temp is still at 39. Check out these temperatures. Pretty chilly overnight tonight in the Tri-Cities, staying about average for this time of year, but definitely getting down in the 20s tonight in the Columbia Basin. Just a few degrees warmer tonight in the Yakima Valley and a little bit warmer there actually tomorrow. But we are tracking more fog in the forecast. Plus, we now have an air stagnation advisory for the Yakima and Kittitas valleys. It's in place through Monday. Again, no outdoor burning. Limit your time unless it's your only source of heat of burning fire or wood burning devices in your home. And just be aware of that poor air quality going through the weekend. Cloudy skies, more fog Friday into Saturday. That air stagnation advisory through Monday. But we've got more showers headed our way next week. I'll tell you when that's going to come and my First Alert full weather forecast. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. Tonight we're tracking the latest into the investigation into the death of an Evergreen State College student. 2 other students who also got sick have now been released from the hospital. Both had signs of potential carbon monoxide poisoning. That after law officers found a 21-year-old man from DuPont dead Monday evening in the same apartment. His cause of death has not been released, but the Washington State Patrol says a forensic engineering firm that specializes in carbon monoxide investigations spent all day Tuesday examining the apartment where the students were found. That part of the investigation, we're told, has now been completed. Dozens of Evergreen State College students showed up on campus Wednesday to remember the man who died, 21-year-old John Rodriguez. The most outspoken of his friends holds the administration accountable for his death.
So many people on this campus have been harmed by mold in the dorm, something going wrong with their dorm.
The conditions here are just terrible.
The executive vice president of Evergreen State College says their specialists are making arrangements for another round of tests, but students say they're not waiting for the results. They bought their own carbon monoxide detectors and have been installing them in campus homes. The defense has taken over in the retrial of Richard Aguirre, a former Pasco police officer accused of killing a Spokane woman back in 1986. Aguirre's attorneys argue that someone other than their client had something to do with Ruby Doss's death. We won't be using that person's name since they haven't been charged in this crime. Doss was a sex worker and her body was found in a vacant lot in East Spokane, which was an area known for prostitution at the time. The defense called on 2 former Spokane police officers as witnesses. Both officers were called to question other sex workers after Doss's death, and those workers told them Doss had recently upset another sex worker, her pimp, after she snitched to police. The defense focused on the pimp.
Did you consider a person of interest in this case?
Yes.
When you turned that information over to the detectives on the case, did you assume that they would follow up?
Yes.
Another officer who testified said he had also learned the sex worker and her pimp had to leave town shortly after Doss's death. A trial in this case is expected to last through early next week. The United States Supreme Court will hear an appeal from a man accused in the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. The 9 justices will examine whether part of a federal obstruction law can be used to prosecute Joseph Fisher. Fisher was charged with multiple federal crimes for his alleged role in the attack. Now, the issue at hand is a specific provision of the law which makes it a crime for anyone who obstructs, influences, or impedes any official proceeding, and what the government must prove with regard to intent. The justices' ruling could also impact hundreds of other January 6th defendants' cases, as well as one of the cases against former President Trump. A ruling is expected next summer. Thousands of military personnel will receive bigger paychecks next year. That after the House passed the National Defense Authorization Act. It includes the largest pay bump for America's military members in more than 2 decades. Some previous key provisions, though, were taken out, and a battle over war aid for Ukraine and Israel is expected to go unresolved until next year. Laura Aguirre has more on today's House vote.
House lawmakers approved the annual renewal of the National Defense Authorization Act. Already passed by the Senate, it has a price tag tipping just past $886 billion.
There are men and women on the front lines across this nation and across the world who are doing the work of this nation.
The bill includes the military's biggest pay raise in more than 20 years, over 5%. It also gives many members additional pay allowances to help with off-base housing and meeting monthly expenses, a move that could boost lagging recruitment numbers.
Of the 5 Defense Department service branches, only 2, the Marine Corps and Space Force, met their active duty enlistment recruitment goals for the fiscal year 2023. In the midst of this recruiting crisis, it makes 0 sense to artificially limit the reach of our military recruitment advertisements.
Controversial provisions related to abortion services and transgender health care for service members were left out, despite being included in a House defense bill that passed this summer. The bill extends current aid for Ukraine through the end of 2026, but funding for a separate $105 billion national security package covering both Ukraine and Israel aid remains mired in bipartisan contention.
I'm very disappointed that we are breaking for the holidays without additional Ukraine funding, without additional Israel funding, without additional humanitarian funding.
The NDAA now goes to President Joe Biden's desk to be signed into law. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Now, also in that legislation, 8,000 service members who were discharged for refusing to get the COVID-19 vaccine while on active duty will now be given a path to reinstatement. The bill also places a hiring freeze on diversity, equity, and inclusion positions until the U.S. Government Accountability Office completes its investigation of the Pentagon's DEI programs. What could be a game changer for expectant moms? What new research is now discovering might be the cause of morning sickness. Plus, the hazards of the holiday season, what authorities say you can do to protect yourself and your family. And find out when those gray skies over eastern Washington will clear up. Stacey Lee is tracking your first alert forecast next on Apple Valley News Now at 5.
It's our annual year-end inventory closeout sale at Mattress Depot USA.
This is your best opportunity of the year to save hundreds.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
The chill of winter has always been warmed by the glow of tradition, which sometimes starts as a simple gift that is then passed from generation to generation. The holiday season gives us just one more reason to find joy in the little things. And as years fly by, we realize the true gift is actually in the time we get to share together. This season, as past gifts turn into today's treasures, here's to creating that one more cherished moment with the ones you love. Yakima Federal Savings and Loan, celebrating tradition since 1905.
There once was a famed country music philosopher named Joe Diffie who said, if it weren't for trucks, we wouldn't have tailgates. So this got me thinking, if we didn't have tailgates, we wouldn't have tailgate parties. And I'm pretty sure if we didn't have tailgate parties, we probably wouldn't have football. And if we didn't have football, well anyway, I'm just thankful for tailgates, that's all. Here's to a great tailgate season. Come see us today and feel the power of Pingree.
Is your home in need of a remodel? Then transform your living space with help from Costless Carpet.
Have you heard about Costless Carpet's new Rhino SPC? It's changing the flooring industry. Durable, waterproof, with amazing looks that are blowing our customers away. Rhino SPC has 20 and 30 mil wear layers, making it more durable and easy to install. Costless Carpet stocks over 25 different visuals and has wide planked woods and 12 by 24 tile designs too. To find your nearest store, visit costlesscarpet.com.
Before the tree was trimmed, before the stockings were hung, and yes, even before Thanksgiving, it was already home. At McCurley, we know it's the people, traditions, and memories that make this season bright. And that's why we're here, because a vehicle is more than just a vehicle. It's also one of the ways you bring the holidays home.
Find your way home in a new, used, or certified pre-owned vehicle from McCurley Chevrolet.
Before it went through decades of design work, your mattress started with the most important detail of all, our name. Stearns & Foster, Uncover Exceptional.
Mattress Depot USA.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back. It's often referred to as the most wonderful time of the year, but Christmas can also be the time of year when the risk of house fires increases. Jill Sperling joins us now. And Jill, you spoke with the bench here from the Pasco Fire Department, What are some of the dangers that you were learning about with this?
Well, Alyssa, as the weather gets colder, we're often cranking up the heat in our homes, just trying to get them warm. But when you add potentially flammable materials to the mix, such as Christmas trees and homemade decorations, the fire risk is suddenly increased significantly. So what can you do to make sure you're keeping your home safe? Well, if you're the kind of person who wants to have a real tree at Christmas, you'll want to choose a tree that is currently healthy. If you shake the tree and you see a cascade of needles fall, that's one that you should avoid. Once you choose a tree, it's important to properly water and care for it so it stays healthy through the holiday. And then, of course, it's important to make sure any items you choose to adorn your tree with are safe, especially the Christmas lights.
They are rated for indoor use and/or outdoor use, so check the label. You don't want to put the wrong thing in the wrong place. So usually it comes down to how much heat's given off by the cord or by the light itself. So indoor ones have very little or no heat at all being given off. The outdoor ones, they allow them to give off more heat because it's going to be, someplace to get to deal with it. But the outdoor ones are also sealed tight for water, where the indoor ones may not be. So make sure you're using the proper decorations in the proper place.
Shearer says you want to keep your tree at least 3 feet away from any heating source. Candles are also popular this time of year, so make sure you're not leaving those unattended. And one of the most common causes of house fires this time of year is, of course, cooking. So, of course, as people are planning those big holiday meals, make sure that you're watching what you're cooking, or at the very least, set a timer.
Absolutely. We were seeing a couple of those just in the past week, so please, it's happening. Be careful out there.
Definitely.
Thanks, Jill. Now, in health news tonight, researchers believe they have found the cause of severe morning sickness. They say it's related to a single hormone that they call GDF15. The study found the amount of the hormone in a pregnant woman's blood, as well as exposure to it before getting pregnant, will dictate the severity of her symptoms. The study's authors say this discovery could help lead to better treatment for severe cases of morning sickness. You can find the study in the journal Nature. If you're considered a morning person, well, you might get that from humanity's earliest ancestors. Researchers found that early risers may have inherited the genetic variant from Neanderthals. The study's authors say Neanderthals had a faster body clock to match the changing light levels at higher latitudes in Europe and Asia. That made rising early easier for that population. According to researchers, it is possible that Neanderthals passed that genetic legacy down thousands of years to early birds today. With Christmas just 11 days out, holiday travelers can expect plenty of company. One airline has a free seat offer for its plus-size passengers. Southwest will let travelers who can't comfortably sit within the armrests an extra seat for free if it's available. The carrier does ask eligible passengers to alert the airline ahead of time and buy 2 seats, then get a refund in the second seat. Plus-size passengers with documentation can also pre-board to make sure they get those adjacent seats. Southwest Airlines says the perk won't be available on every flight. New evidence tonight in the search for life in the universe. One of Saturn's moons may contain a building block for life. New analysis of NASA research shows this one of Saturn's moons likely contains hydrogen cyanide, which is an element thought to be key to the origin of life. Another finding, the moon's shell may contain a powerful source of chemical energy. According to scientists, it is the potential fuel for organisms. You can find that study in Nature Astronomy.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And we'll take a peek outside on our Legends Casino Skycam. Looking good out there. Traffic moving along nicely on 240. We've got the clouds moving and you can just kind of see them above my head there. 39 degrees and winds are non-existent tonight. So our feels like temp is 39. It's going to be chilly tonight, however, so grab that coat. Here's what's happening out on the coast. We've got a lot of activity, but the way the jet stream is flowing is keeping all of the moisture mainly to the north. Now the cloud cover kind of came and went today, but we'll see a little bit of an improvement tomorrow. So here we are, we're sitting between the 2 jet streams. We have a warm front sitting on that next, well, it looks like an atmospheric river, but it's heading straight into Canada right above Washington State. So we're going to stay dry as that ridge of high pressure will continue to build into the weekend. So we're looking like we're going to be nice and dry here for the next several days. Now, as far as low clouds and fog, that's still going to be an issue. We're continuing to see that through the Columbia Basin Tri-Cities. But fast forward to tomorrow morning, nice and clear. We should have a pretty sunny day for most part. A few high clouds passing through later in the day, and it's even looking pretty good as far as sunshine goes for Saturday. The only thing that you will see is some possible late night, early morning fog Friday into Saturday morning. Plus, we have this air stagnation advisory now in place. We're going to be keeping a close eye on the Yakima-Kittitas Valley for poor air quality through Monday. And right now, I checked it earlier, it's doing pretty good, but we'll keep an eye. No outdoor burning and limit your use of wood-fired, like wood-burning stoves or those type of pellets that burn wood in the area, because the air quality is not going to be real good, pretty stagnant there. All right, let's take a look at our temperature trend. We're cooling down just a few degrees moving into the weekend, and then we'll pop back up into the 40s again. and our average is 41, so we're sitting just below that into the weekend. A little bit chilly out there. Yakima's been a little bit warmer above the average, up about 5 degrees, and also starting to cool down a little bit into the weekend, right back up to the mid-40s. If you're hitting the road this weekend, finally a weekend in Seattle without rain. That hasn't been going on for quite a while. If you're heading into the Portland area, as we are this weekend, it looks pretty good there. We'll see the daytime highs in the 50s with our overnight lows in the 30s. And up into Spokane for the weekend, we'll see temperatures there a little on the cool side, but staying dry, and we're looking at some fog for Saturday and Sunday, so be aware of that if you're hitting the road. Our temperatures tonight, chilly again, like I said, below the freezing level in the the Yakima and Kittitas Valley, with Yakima at 30, Sunnyside 28 tonight. Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities a few degrees cooler than we were last night even, 28, 29 degrees, 30 in Hermiston, and looking towards the foothills of the Blues. Those temperatures sitting underneath the freezing level as well. Let's take a peek at our temperatures for tomorrow. Pretty close to how we were today, except for you'll get to see a little bit of sunshine. And that's good news, right? 40s in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley, Columbia Basin upper 30s, and the low to mid 30s there in the foothills of the Blues. Planning your day, look for that fog again out the door. Grab a coat in the morning. Chilly temperatures. We'll be hitting close to the 40s by noon, but again, a little overcast. A little bit of fog here and there in the area, but we should see some sun breaks in the afternoon after all. All right, we'll get your 7-day planning forecast coming up here in just a few minutes. Alyssa?
All right, thanks, Stacy. You're watching Apple Valley News Now. We'll be right back.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
Tonight, a woman's right to make her own health choices with abortion pill access set to go before the Supreme Court is a crisis brewing. More Americans turn to the most watched program on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, we want to remind you, your oral health is important. We know that life can get busy. Don't let your family's oral health take a back seat. At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, we offer extended hours. That's right, we are open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., Monday through Friday, plus Saturdays for when the week gets to be too full. We want you to smile healthy and live happy. Find us at one of our 2 locations, West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco. Stunning smiles for the whole family.
Your Seahawks are back on Monday Night Football as the Philadelphia Eagles come to Seattle for a primetime NFC showdown. The Eagles battle the Hawks at 5. Then stay tuned for Apple Valley News Now primetime. It's all Monday night.
'Tis the season for big mattress savings during the year-end inventory reduction sale at Walker's.
Find your comfort on a new Beautyrest Black Hybrid or save big on Hot Buy mattresses. Plus save 25% on Beautyrest Harmony year-end model close-ups. And say yes to no money down. No minimum purchase financing for up to 5 years.
Plus get $300 of additional free furniture with qualifying mattress purchases, making it a season to remember during the year-end sale at Walker's.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
At US Cellular, anyone can get any phone free. So give yourself a free phone.
She's here.
Then give yourself the gift of not checking it. The gift of connection at US Cellular. New and current customers get any phone free.
Happy holidays from our family to yours.
Wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from Apple Valley News Now.
Merry Christmas and thanks for watching.
Apple Valley News Now hopes you're having a very happy holiday season.
Welcome back. A small improvement in the home buying landscape. Mortgage rates have fallen below 7% this week. It's the first time that's happened since mid-August. Data released today by Freddie Mac shows the rate dropped to an average of 6.95%. That is a decrease from 7.3% the week prior, and it's the 7th straight week of rate declines. This week, the Federal Reserve chose to leave interest rates unchanged. That's the rate that banks charge each other, but signaled that rate cuts could be on the horizon. And renters may soon be paying less for their living space as well. According to real estate company Redfin, the median asking rent dropped a little more than 2% in November compared to the year prior. That comes out to $1,967 on average, which Redfin says marks the largest yearly drop since February of 2020. The realtor credits a surge of apartment building construction for those reduced rent costs, and the company says the number of finished apartments jumped 7% in the third quarter. Now, despite the price drop, rents are still 22% higher than they were in November of 2019 before the pandemic began. The median asking rent in August of 2022 was over $2,000. Now here's a preview of what's ahead in about 5 minutes on World News Tonight with David Muir.
Tonight, a woman's right to make her own health choices with abortion pill access set to go before the Supreme Court. Is a crisis brewing? More Americans turn to the most watched program on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Next ET, we're with the Clooneys in New York City. Plus, Zachary Levi helps us celebrate a Hollywood legend.
Welcome to Dick Van Dyke, 98 Years of Magic.
Oh! Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's dropping off presents in a sporty Civic or picking up a few for yourself in a fun-to-drive HRV. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Burning the candle at both ends this holiday season? Well, if it's Z's you need, the holiday sale at Denver Mattress has you covered. And right now, everything is on sale, like the budget-friendly Summit Queen for only $332.49. Or check out Easy Choice Plush or Firm, now just $474.99. Get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic, plus 5 years, no interest financing, and free shipping right to your doorstep. The holiday sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
Save big now during the year-end sales event at Valley Nissan. Take advantage of our best selection in over 2 years. Discounts so big, the manufacturer won't let us post them. Valley Nissan is dealing on every new Nissan in stock. We must sell them fast so we can earn more from the manufacturer. Save on Rogue, Frontier, Altima, Titan, Pathfinder, and Sentra. Every vehicle tagged with full savings, plus get top dollar for your valuable trade-in. Don't miss the year-end sales event going on now at Valley Nissan.
Welcome to Good Shepherd Healthcare System. Our state-of-the-art surgery center features Da Vinci and Mako robotics. We offer top-of-the-line imaging with the newest CT, MRI, and mammography scans. Whether you're here for a routine checkup, a complicated surgery, or to visit a loved one, we're here to help guide you through each and every door along your healthcare journey. Good Shepherd Healthcare System. Patients first, always.
What's bothering Archie?
Politics. What the Supreme Court says ain't got nothing to do with the law.
Dog tap.
Goldfish. Come on now, I draw the line on goldfish.
All in the Family, Sunday night at 8 on MeTV for Yakima and the Tri-Cities.
And your 7-day planning forecast. Look out for that early morning, late night fog. We'll see that develop Friday, Saturday, but you should get some sun breaks in there as well. Those temperatures are staying on the warmish side, and our next chance of precip comes in Monday and Tuesday of next week. we could see another system moving through our area, bringing some rain showers. But temperatures are staying pretty warm. Actually, we're staying warm this winter. Those overnight lows, though, on the chilly side for the next couple of days. Let's take a look at your Yakima day planner. Again, not a bad looking forecast overall. Zooming in on Tuesday, though, with that 40% chance of rain there as well. So not bad looking weather out there, Alyssa, just a little chilly for me.
A little chilly, but we'll take all those sun breaks we can get, almost to the point where the days start getting longer again. I'm looking forward to it.
There you go.
Thanks, Stacey, and thank you so much for watching. World News Tonight with David Muir is next. Apple Valley News Now is back tonight at 6. And of course, you can always find the latest anytime on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com.